Hello traders, and welcome to my Bitcoin price prediction video. So the reason I'm doing this video today is because it was the most suggested video that I had on my Patreon. And if you want to suggest or vote on a video in Patreon, then feel free to check that out and vote on the next week's video. Okay, so what do I see in this market? Well, the first thing that I want to note is that this looks like a wave 1 and this looks like a wave 2. And then it looks like this would be a wave 3, and now we have a possible wave 4. And if that is true, we know that wave 4 typically retraces 0.382%. So that would be down to using orthodox levels, using this instead of using the tail, because we want to use orthodox levels with high volume. We can see that 5,900 is our likely next area of support. This is the 38.2 level, and it also has some confluence with a demand zone here. And to recall, a demand zone is a zone where buyers would have unfilled buy orders at those levels of support. And when price touches these levels, it tends to either go into a period of accumulation and then goes up, or just creates a V formation where it goes boom, boom, and continues to go up. So I'm quite confident that I think Bitcoin is going to be bearish. And I think this is evidenced also by this pattern right here. For those who don't know candlestick patterns and don't know what this 3-pattern thingy is, this would be an evening doji star formation, or also just simply known as an evening star formation. An evening star formation is when we have a bullish uptrend, and then we have a stopper candle, typically a doji, and then we have a strong bearish engulfing candle with high volume that takes us down to a reversal or a retracement. So I think we are going to see lower levels on Bitcoin in the coming days. And I think that the 5,900 level is the most probable because of this 38.2%. And I also think that it's worth noting the 4,900 level. I think this level could be reached because we have some major resistance here with a previous resistance level in late August. It's the 61.8, which is always important. And this level could be reached. Also, it could fit a trend line like this, or like this one. Yeah, this one's much more likely of a trend line. And trend lines are important to look at because trend line bounces do happen a lot of the time, and they can give you that extra amount of confluence that you might want to see in the market. So we could see this 61.8% retracement down to 4,900, but I still do think it's more likely we'll see a 5-wave pattern with Bitcoin going down to 5,900 and then rebounding off of these demand levels. But if these demand levels fail, then I think we're going down to 4,900. Okay, so that's what I think on the daily. I am bearish on the daily, as you can clearly see, but I still think that we are in a bull run. I just think that we're going to see some very heavy retracement before we continue that bull run. If we look at the hourly, we can also see some interesting things as well. This does look like, for those who know chart patterns, this does look like a head and shoulders pattern with a shoulder, the head, a shoulder here, and then a neckline right here. And if that is true, then what might happen is a bearish breakout, or also known as breakdown to the downside, where price is just stalling here, then out of nowhere, it might go up a bit, and then out of nowhere, just boom, cracks that level of support right there. And then the market falls right through. And this also might happen because, as I've talked about in my previous video, the more touches that a support level has, the weaker it is, contrary to popular belief. So this support level does have, or looks like around 1, 2, 3, now about a 4th touch, which shows that the bears are in control of this chart pattern right here. So yeah, on the hourly, we have this head and shoulders that I think is going to break out downward. You can also see something pretty interesting, which is this. That price went down on the hourly and then made a perfect retracement, 61.8% up, and then went down some more. Okay, so that is what I think is going to happen for Bitcoin. I think that we're going to see that 5,900 level or that 4,900 level based on our 0.32 retracement or our 0.618 retracement. My invalidation level, which means that if price does reach that level, then the prediction I'm making would change, would be 7,300. I believe that if we see Bitcoin, if the Bitcoin bulls come up and can push the market past this 61.8% area of resistance, as you can see right here. And we get past 7,400 right here. If this mark gets passed again, I think that the bull run is just going to continue. I still do think it's more likely than not that we are in a strong bear market now, and that shorts should probably begin acting, and that maybe bulls might want to look for possible exits, especially if this breaks down. If this level of support is broken, we get the obvious breakout downward, then I don't think we're going to be coming up to these levels for some time. So yeah, that's what I think. 7,400 is my invalidation level, with that being the 0.618 retracement. And I still am bullish in the very long run on Bitcoin. I can still absolutely see this get higher than 7,600. I just think that because we haven't seen much retracement in a while, that could indicate a possible overbought point. So if we see high enough bearish volume coming down, I think that we're going to see one of these two levels to be hit. With if there's a lot of bearish volume, I think we're going to see this. If there's a moderate amount or low amount, I think we're going to see the 0.382 retracement, and then a continuation for wave 5. And if that does happen, if we see price have support at 5,900, then you can expect wave 1 to equal wave 5, which would be around 3K. So that would be around, by my math, around 9K if this was to work out. If price was to come here and then go up to around 9K. But that would be in the very distant future. I think in the next week or two, we will see bearishness coming down to these levels. The last note why I think this might happen is Google Trends. If you don't know yet, you can use Google Trends to look at, to interpret a mass market psychology. And if you type in Bitcoin bubble on in Google Trends, you can see that whenever that spikes, that's typically indicating a reversal, as many people who search one thing show that many people are on one side. So if everyone searches Bitcoin bubble when the price is going very, very high, that could be a self-fulfilling prophecy, which could cause the price to go down. So I would also say that that is another reason that I would be bearish on Bitcoin. Okay, so that's going to be it for what I think is going to happen to Bitcoin with these two levels and my invalidation level here. If you have any questions or would like to request a video, then feel free to do so on Patreon. And if you want to join my chat channel, where traders talk to each other about the market and some analysis and some exchanges that you can use, then feel free to check out my Discord channel. Thank you for watching and have a good day.